The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. 45, 45. Check.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. They find some open field here.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Watch out. 11 empty.
Now Burrow. And this is caught by Williams. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what do you try to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally, you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around the pocket, sometimes get out of it, big plays result. I want him throwing the ball on time and then tackling the receivers so there's no extra yardage.
11 empty.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking sideline, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
11. Let's make these babies cry all the way down.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, maybe it's like my wedge. When you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
Credit the tackle to Darius Phillips.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
To throw it is Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Cousins throwing quickly out for Jefferson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
First and goal, Minnesota.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. We're scoreless after one. So first and goal from the 9-yard line. They'll run with Cook. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown. Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
Now it's Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14, Bengals nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
And Tyler Boyd's one of those guys that seems to fly under the radar, but he finds ways to get open, and he has nice hands. He's averaged right around 80 catches a year his last 3 seasons.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. It's coming this way, Here we go, here we go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Exit 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Check. 80. Nice hot. 12. Mike 54.
Now it's Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
40 yards on the ground for him so far.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he stopped immediately there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Here's Mon. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Joseph is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Check 37.
11 MT. Tight. 11 MT. Dot.
Running left, it's Mixon. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Xavier Woods, a former Cowboy, in on the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Check 9. Check 9.
Here's Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Burrow will throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Check 4. Watch the safety creep.
11.
Play action. It's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah there to make the grab. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Mond looks to throw on 1st down. That's to Cook out of the backfield. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
They go play action here. Mond lets it fly for Thielen. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make this a 3. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From his end zone, Wilson. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. Now Burrow on first down. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Second and 10.
Let's go, team.
Here we go. Ready?
It's going to be a long day. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Trying to lay one up deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Joseph's got it. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So not the greatest of first halves for him, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Up to make the play there defensively, Von Bell, leading tackler in Cincinnati last year. 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cook. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Second and 9 from the 44. Bond going to throw it. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one. I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the next gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
He'll buy some time right. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. It's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And the Vikings first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And that one going to come up short, low throw.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3rd down from the gun, it's Mond. And he's got his big tight end here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020?
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kellen Mond making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
55, right there in the middle, 55.
Tighten up, pull it together.
11 MT, 11 MT, 11 MT, 11 MT.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now Burrow loses the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Tackles. And we're going 37's to Mike. Mike 37. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 39. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Mod. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Mixon. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Here we go.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch.
Here we go. Ready? Legs hot. Hot. Hot.
Burrow looking to pass. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
112 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook bulldozes past him, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Running right through him. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From his end zone, Wilson. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. escapes the defender. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
That's the way to make the play, kid.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.